Okay, so I am up and I am tired as hell. My son had me up all night. Like, he just kept waking up. He did not sleep for more than 2 hours, like, at all. Like, an hour and a half. So my hair is looking crazy, but I decided to go to the store because I was missing some chicken broth, and Dad said he needed some muscle rub because he was in pain. But anyways, did that, and then I started dinner. So I started with my carrots. I just put it in the pan. I did not like cut the oven on or anything like that. I just put them in the pan just to get it out of the way. So today I'm making smothered pork chops, and this is my first time actually smothering them like this way that I'm doing. So I did watch a few YouTube videos, but it looked simple, looked easy. So, you know, your girl started cutting them up because it wasn't enough for us. You know, it's 6 of us. So cut 3 big ones into, 6 bow. And then I started to marinate. You got to throw that mustard on there. And then I did garlic seasoning. I think, the all-purpose seasoning and pepper. Yeah, you're going to see it all. You're going to see it all. That's the garlic. That's the garlic. There go the all-purpose, seasoning, all seasoning, whatever it's called. And then, peppers. There you go. There you go. So after I seasoned it up, I start mixing it up, make sure it's stuck together and all that stuff before I put it in the flour bowl, mixing it up. Chefing it up in the kitchen. So, after I did this, man, like, I don't know what it was, but I did this really, really early because I was going to the kids' football practice. So just know I made dinner at like 3 o'clock. Usually I start cooking at 5 or 6, but I really made dinner at 3 o'clock because we had to leave at 4. Practice is at 4 and it's over at 7. So yeah, this is just me throwing it in the flour right before I put it in the oil. So I'm just trying to flour it up so it gets a little coat, Ooh, okay. So after it looked like this, after you floured it up, make sure your oil is hot. You don't want to stick it in no oil that's not hot. You want a little bubble in a little bit. So when you put it in, ooh, you see how it starts that sizzle? Yeah, so that's how you do it. You make sure you put it in there while, it's still sizzling, crackling, popping, stuff like that. You don't want to put it in too early. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just going to do this to about 4 pieces, 5 pieces. No, it's only 4 pieces, I think. And then, yeah. So then after it's been cooking for a minute, you flip it, boom, boom, pow. You just flip it. Make sure, all of them, you make all your freaking pork chops brown on each side, So, next. Flip it. What are you doing? Go ahead. Here you go. Next, I started my bacon. I don't know why he used bacon, because thinking about it, I really didn't need bacon. He used the bacon, and then when he used the bacon, he kind of made his like gravy, his dough and stuff. But when I did it, my bacon grease was like gone. It was gone. Like, after I used my bacon and then I sauteed my onions and stuff in it, like, watch. I'm gonna show you. But yeah, that's the first batch of the pork chops. It was looking good, it was smelling good, all that stuff. So I started my second batch. I had to throw that thing in there real quick. And all my pork chops came out good. Like, I'm sitting there bragging, but y'all really, really came out good. So I'm just trying to wait to show y'all the freaking part I'm talking about. Dang, I should have deleted some of this. It's taking forever. Okay, yeah, okay. So you see my bacon in there, right? My bacon gave me a little grease. On his, he used less bacon. He used 2 strips of bacon, and he had heck of grease. Okay, look. After I did my onions, after I sauteed my onions in the bacon grease, there was no more grease. Like, there was no more grease for me to make the gravy in. Like, there was no more grease. So I ended up having to put oil in it again anyways. And then I really didn't like that pan. After doing the onions and stuff like that, I did not like the pan. So I ended up switching the pan. But broccoli was coming along good. Like, I love me some broccoli. It's just simple. I just threw some seasoning in there and a little bit of teriyaki sauce. Yes. So this is still the onions and stuff, but I put it in the front aisle before I cleaned out that pan. And I was putting in mushrooms because, you know, I need mushrooms in mine. In the recipe that I seen, there was no mushrooms, but I had to throw it in there. So this is just me, you know, sauteing the onions and the mushrooms together, and it was just looking good. So I just pretty much did that until, you know, they were all soft and sauteed the way that I liked. And then I did not like how this fork was only taking a little bit out at a time, so I had to change that, and I had to use a spatula because it was just not working with that little old fork. It just wasn't. So yeah, that's all I did for that right there. I had to get the spatula. Yeah, 10 times easier. So then after I did that bow, you see it's a whole new pan. I had to change that pan. I couldn't do that pan, and I'm messing up the stove. Look how dirty the stove is looking. But anyways, I throw that flour in there. You gotta do a little at a time. He was saying, I have made a roux before. I have made, you know, a roux to go inside a gumbo, but I've only done that like once or twice. So me making a little gravy, you know, it's pretty much the same exact way, but like I haven't done it a lot, so your girl is not too good at it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just breaking down all the flour and everything in there, and I'm whisking it up to go in with the oil. I did feel like I put too much oil, ain't gonna lie, so I did dump some of it out. I'm gonna show you guys probably later, but I did dump some of it out. I did not need all that, but that's, you see, like this is the ending, but it's still very oily. Like I dumped out some of the oil, and then I also threw some of that roux to the side because it was just too much. So then I started going in with my what's that, chicken broth, you know, try to get it all saucy, get it all juicy and stuff before I throw, you know, my onions and my, you know, pork chops up in there, you know what I mean? So I'm just mixing it together. I'm trying to do it very slowly, and then I threw my, you know, onions and mushrooms up in there. I had to think what the heck it was called. I had to throw that stuff in there, and then once I threw it in there, once it started looking good and tasting good, I had to season. I did season it a little bit. I just used a little garlic, salt, and pepper. So then after that, I threw in the pork chops, and boom, I started throwing like the sauce on it, making sure everything is all marinated, looking good, smelling good, just all, you know, making sure it all come together, you know what I mean? So yeah, and that's that extra roux. You see that roux on the side right there, and that white plate. That's the extra roux. It was just too much, like, and I didn't want my gravy or nothing to be too thick. So yeah, I took some of that out. It was just too much. It was too much. But yeah, it was smelling good. This is my first time, like I said, this is my first time making this, and it was so bomb. It looks a little watery right now, but I'm telling you, after everything like cooled down and stuff like that, it was not at all. Like it was perfect. I probably could have even put a little bit more chicken broth to make it a little more loose, but it wasn't thick at all. Like it was not thick at all. Everything was just coming along good. Like for it to be my first time, your girl, boom, the rice was looking, well, it's a rice cooker. My rice cooker is always bomb. Like it's always bomb.com. I don't need to do nothing with the rice cooker. And then the broccoli, you couldn't tell me you can't mess with broccoli. I'm showing y'all my extra roux, letting y'all know I did not need all that. I had to take a lot out. I don't know what the heck I was like, what the heck was I doing? Okay, anyway, I was, you know, mixing that up. I already took it off the eye. You can see it's still hot, but I took it off the eye because everything was looking done. Everything was done. So put that in there, let it marinate a little bit. Look at my mess. I had to clean up my mess. And this is pretty much it. Why I got this twice? What am I doing? What am I doing? I tried to show y'all how it looked at the end, but your girl camera, I don't know what the heck I was doing. I wasn't looking at it, but here goes my plate. Me and my baby girl was in there eating it, tearing it up together. So yeah.